Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. This game is called Gravity Pro. It says to press buttons A, B, C, or D. Not sure where the C or D button is. We're going to play this in English. I'm going to click on settings here. So this particular game, the sounds and beatbox are included in the game, but it looks like there's even a 2D and a 3D mode. This is interesting. So this is Gravity Pro. Sorry. Got a little bit distracted here. The controls right here. So you do have the ability to play along to your favorite music if you want to. So you can play and pause the music. That's something that's a little bit unique to this game. And there's also a couple of other games that have very recently come out that offer you to listen to your own music as opposed to including their own, which is kind of a smart idea because then the developer doesn't have to pay the money to have a music score added to their game, and you can listen to the things that you enjoy. This game, the reason that I wanted to try it was because it felt a lot like the game Arkanoid. Wow, you're actually moving these paddles. This is kind of cool. Yeah, it felt like Arkanoid to me, which is one of my favorite breakout style games. I like the beatbox. Even though there's no music, there's still some very cool sound. Oops. Bounced off of the paddle. I don't seem to have gotten any penalty for it bouncing off of the paddle. Like, it doesn't fall into a pit or anything yet. That may happen in a future level. Yeah, so far, this is pretty cool. I didn't know exactly what to expect. I just saw it on Oculus Home. I thought, I'll give it a shot. I will say, I believe it's a little bit expensive. It's around $12.99, which is kind of high for this type of a title. But it is definitely something that's a bit of a unique concept. I didn't know what to expect. I kind of felt like, oh, it'll be just like Breakout. Be kind of like a top-down version of proton balls. But no, this is kind of its own thing. And I'm digging it so far. Honestly, it also kind of feels like Ricochet, which I don't know if you've ever played that game. It's by Valve. And people have joked over the years that, Valve needs to create a sequel to Ricochet. Ricochet 3 will come before Half-Life 3. But this is kind of neat. I'm assuming if I hit that spike that it actually hurts things. I like the drum beats when it actually connects. It's really sweet. I don't want that to hit that spike. It's going to hurt me if it does. We got one remaining. Now it's kind of like racquetball to hit the last one. Whoops. Let's see if we can dribble it a bit. Yeah, we can. No, don't hit that part. Okay, good. Didn't hit it. Oh, hit it, but it didn't knock it out. Let's try again. All right, next level. So another game that this reminds me of is a game that was on the Amiga a long time ago called Mega Ball, which had tons of levels. That inspired a game called DX Ball, which was made by a guy named Seamus McNally, who unfortunately passed away, but was a very cool developer. They're a young developer also, if I remember correctly. And DX Ball was a game that I played a ton of. I had an Amiga I didn't have an Amiga, but I had an Amiga emulator just for Mega Ball. I had so many different custom levels and user-generated levels for that game. Loved it. Tons of fun. But yeah, even without your own sound source, like playing this with the sounds of the game, just the kind of like dribbling and drum beats. It's pretty cool. Like I said, that means that they didn't have to license music or create a score, but it kind of has a score of its own. I also, if you've been watching my videos, I recently played and will be featuring a bit more of Redemption's Guild, and that game is a low poly game, but it's like a dungeon crawler adventure game. Right now, it's just got an arena, but I love the kind of like shading on the polygons to give it depth and to give it shadows, and that works really well in this game too in VR. Now it's interesting though that there's a 2D and a 3D mode in addition to the VR mode on this game. I kind of feel a little misled by that. I thought this was going to just be a straight VR title because I did get it from Oculus Home, so it's strange to me to see like, hey, there's these other modes that aren't VR on a quote VR title. This one's a little bit more challenging because there is the gray bricks here. But yeah, so far I'm kind of digging it. I feel like this could also be fun with just a single paddle. Like I don't really get so far why I need two paddles. I also haven't seen any type of like power up or things of that nature, and I understand there are some in the game. I just might not have them turned on. So this is level 1-4. It looks like I have a score of 200. I've been playing for about 6 minutes so far. That's pretty good. More than a minute a level though, I'm averaging. Need to figure out how to get this up there. All right, so I got one. Yeah, good beats. So what we need now is to get it gently up to the top. See, I can't take the paddles up that high. I can take the paddles about there. I can't take them any higher than that. Let's see how many we get. I have to say that even the level design is pretty good. It's a bit more challenging than I would expect on what's supposed to be a training level, though. And again, maybe that's because I'm playing in VR mode and, oh, I lost my ball. That's a surprise. I didn't realize I could even do that. Knocked it outside of the play area. That's a bit disappointing. But it does mean, you aren't fully protected just because there's a ground below you. Let's see if we can get these last rows. If we can get it to like plinko down, get it up there, and then keep it up there. And so close. Just needed it to bounce one level higher. There we go. See if we can get these. All right, there's one side, and now I just need the blue ones now. Let's focus on, oh, hit the gray block instead of hitting up. Oh man. All right, let's see if we can. So I have to say, being right-handed, you can tell that I'm right-handed because my left hand is terrible at guiding the red paddle. One more block, it looks like. Yep, I can confirm that by looking at the top. I'm going to try to be calm. Yeah, my left hand is terrible. See if I can bounce it all the way up. There we go. And then we'll hop it. Need to hop it a little bit further to the left-hand side, though. And I can go all the way over, but as I get further over, the paddle doesn't really respond quite as well. I thought this was going to be a nice chill game. It's actually kind of a puzzle game in the end. It's not just Breakout here. Let's see if I can angle it up a bit. All right, let's take this one over. Not sure what that trigger actually is doing. Let's see here. Oh, wow. I didn't mean to do that, but I seem to have reset to a different level. This is now gravity mode. We're still in cave training, but now it says it's level 1-1. I guess I restarted? Alright, well, let's go ahead and stop. Let's pick a different level. Yeah, so there are only 4 levels on this one. Let's try Beatbox, which is the next level here. Oh, I see. This one actually has a pit below us, so we need to pay more attention. Wow. This is much more challenging, having the empty pit below us. But now it's turned almost into a rhythm game, which is kind of cool too. So unsuccessful, but kind of a cool game. Again, I have a bit of a challenge on the pricing on the game. I think the game itself is kind of fun, but I believe it is a bit more expensive. It's not a free title. It's not a $1.99 title. I believe it's actually like either $10.99 or $12.99. And I'm not sure I would pay that for a game like this. But it is fun. And it definitely is going to take me a lot of practice to kick butt on. It's definitely a lot more than I expected I would be taking. I'm going to actually change to easy difficulty and see what happens. And switch to power mode instead of gravity mode and see what happens too. It just kind of floats. That's hilarious. Yeah, power mode is weird, for sure. So it says this is classic. But I don't know how classic the ball floating like that is. That doesn't feel very classic. Let's switch that back to gravity. trying to do is get it to the top so it can just sink its way down by bouncing. There we go, see? Yeah, this is definitely a bit more than just an Arkanoid or Megaball clone. It's got its own style that I actually appreciate. Because it takes a lot of practice to muster the skill to play. And keep in mind, I'm also playing on like the easiest difficulty right now. Got that one. All right. Last one. Oh no. There we go. All right, so we finished that level. We'll do one more here. Interesting. All right, so that was a quick look at Gravity Pro. It is available on Oculus Home. I'm actually going to look up and see how expensive it is because I think it's a little bit more than I would recommend paying for this type of a game, but it is definitely very creative. I have to give the developer a lot of credit for making a game like this. This is a pretty sweet game in VR. Again, harkens back to Ricochet, harkens back to Mega Ball or Breakout or Arkanoid, but without the power ups, at least so far. There are tons and tons of levels if we go back and we look at new game here. Let's see if we can. Sandy Rock Arena, Blue Arena Classic, and Blue Arena Dynamic. So there's a bunch here to check out. And I think there's 4 levels per. So it's pretty cool. And it really reminds me of either Mega Ball or DX Ball, even with these menus. So I can tell that this person was inspired by some great classic arcade games, PC arcade style games. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more VR content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself, and thanks for watching.